Good day and welcome. My name is Miriam Gradel. This podcast is dedicated to bringing you the latest updates from Denmark on the coronavirus in English. These are the latest numbers from Denmark. 1,851 people so far have tested positive for coronavirus. 41 people had died from the coronavirus. The average age of deaths is currently at 80, with the youngest case being 50. 386 Danes are currently admitted to the hospital for COVID-19. 94 in intensive care and 78 require respiratory assistance. In the Faroe Islands, 132 people have been infected with the coronavirus. In Greenland, 6 people have tested positive for the coronavirus. First financial aid package is ready. Employers seeking compensation for salaries and expenses can now apply to the first of several financial help packages. The so-called 3-part deal will cover between 75% and 90% of salaries per employee who have been sent home as a result of the coronavirus. Full-time employees on sick leave or parental leave can also be covered. For employees on hourly or part-time contracts, up to 26,000 kroner per employee per month will be covered. Businesses have to provide documentation to prove that at least 30% of employees would have to be fired in order to cover other expenses. For businesses with a larger workforce, the documentation would have to prove that at least 50 employees would have to be fired. The purpose of the package is to prevent businesses from firing staff in order to cover financial losses. Employers must pay a full salary during the period applied for. If an employee is fired or returned to work during the period, the financial aid will stop immediately. Employers are not expected to refund compensation received up until then. Compensation is available for all or some of the period lasting March 9 to June 9 this year. Employees have to have been hired before March 9. The government is also working on a help package which will cover some or all of turnover losses due to the coronavirus. For more information, please follow the link in the description of this episode. Putting a halt to housing shortage. Boligportalen is Denmark's largest online housing site. Since lockdown, 35% more rooms and flats have become available. In particular, the number of affordable one-bedroom apartments has gone up. The sudden increase comes as the lack of tourists has left Airbnb hosts struggling to make ends meet. Housing groups on Facebook are experiencing a similar increase in affordable rooms and flats. The increase is good news for students. A report by YouGov shows that in 2019, 67% of students in Copenhagen either lived in dorms, flat shares or with their parents. In comparison, 21% lived in rental housing by themselves. Depending on how long the lockdown continues, the increase in affordable housing could benefit the many students starting university this summer. 5,000 to be tested daily for coronavirus. The Danish Ministry of Health is aiming to increase testing in Denmark to 5,000 people per day. The initiative follows the Norwegian government strategy, where 5,000 people or more are being tested daily. Norway has been carrying out this strategy for 10 days now. The current number of tests in Denmark range between 500 and 1,800 per day. Head of the Health Ministry, Søren Brostrøm, told DR that this is not nearly enough. The ambition was to increase the number already this week. A shortage in testing supplies meant that levels decreased again over the weekend. The Danish State Serum Institute is now working to get all 5 regions up to speed. So far, 15,981 people have been tested in Denmark. Con artists are taking advantage of the coronavirus. The government is currently working on a new law proposition which would give tougher sentences for all coronavirus-related crime. Sentences will be doubled in the case of theft, fraud and breaking and entering. Businesses who commit fraud in relation to the financial help packages risk 4 times tougher punishment than previously. Since March 1st, 45 cases of attempted fraud relating to COVID-19 has been reported to the Danish police. In one case, a woman from the south of Denmark reported that 2 visitors had come to her house claiming to be from the Directory of Health. Another case involves a company which was fooled into transferring 125,000 Danish kroner for a false order of medical masks. People are also advised to be aware of scam emails and phone calls. Types of crime that would previously result in a fine may also be sentenced differently under the new law. People convicted of stealing protective equipment such as masks, gloves and hand sanitizer could risk between 10 and 30 days in jail. However, some parties in Parliament fear that this would punish the wrong people, such as medical staff taking hand sanitizers home from work. The proposal will be voted on today. Those were the latest updates from Denmark.